my young couples, Shantanu and Ganga. So this Shantanu and Ganga are my favorite couple. Have been with me for the last 2 decades. And Ganga yesterday and I, she asked me, so why that some couples uh, go in search of couple therapists and some don't go? There's an answer in the mind of my Ganga. There's a question in the Ganga in the mind of my Ganga. Then maybe I thought this is a question which most of you may be having. Okay, thank you, Ganga. So before I start, why couple do not go or individual do not go to counseling? The vital point to be answered. And yes, let us share from my experience. It is not from any book, not from any research paper. It is from my last 2 decades of work. Before I start, let me introduce myself. A little bit of my background. I was a small 9 years old boy. I could not save my mother from drowning, but now I have saved around 25,000 young couples for the last 2 decades. I have a suicide survivor along with my mother, and the temple pujari saved me. And he asked me, the bad name your mother is going to earn after her death is going to increase. That made a big change in my life. And from that day onward, I thought my mother has my mother has cried enough in this world for all the women on this earth, and no more woman will cry, no more mother will cry. That is the reason I have achieved 25,000 couples, families I could change. You can see my work of 2 decades in 700 YouTube videos, and that is my simple introduction. Other things is available in the Facebook and in the social media. So hi Shantanu, hi Ganga. Let's go ahead. The first question Ganga asked me is, why? Why at all I should go for counseling? Uh, I don't need any counseling. Many people think about it. You're right on your answer. When I don't want to improve, when I don't want to go to school, when I don't want to work, or I can survive with whatever is there. Mindset is the problem of mindset. It's very, very clear that what type of frenzy is there, what type of thinking is doing. And this are the people I would call the struggling couple. They will be remaining struggling. They will die struggling. They will carbon copy their parents and they will die. Don't worry about it. They are not worried about you. I am not worried about them. See, a person who loves to eat uh, tea from an ordinary roadside tea shop, and a person who would like to have some bread or samosa or vada on a roadside full of fly mosquitoes, he loves that. So his mindset is like that. You cannot give him a five-star snacks for him because the mindset is like that. He's born like that. He will die like that. So do not worry about it. Worry about it. So don't worry about them. They are not worried about you. And second type of couples, they say, I don't believe in counseling because they ask some few questions and they take the answer, they feed it to us. You're right. I do not deny that. But who are the people who are asking the question that makes a big difference? Your mother has asked you questions whenever you are on a wrong path, and she has every time has been redesigning your life. So will you say, mother, why are you asking me questions? Questions are not a problem. Who is asking you the questions a problem? There is a difference between a person who is having a mother, a person who is not having a mother, a person who doesn't have a mother. He only knows the difference between the value of a mother. It's karma. For everything is karma. He is ruled by accident to accident. He goes into the loop of struggle and he doesn't even think that there is something like a solution. Okay. So it all depends upon number two is who is asking the question. Okay. Um, so before blindly accepting who is asking a question, whether that person is qualified, whether he has produced results or not, had to work on it. And the third reason is, sir, my professional skills are enough. I am a good engineer. I'm a good MBA. Many of my clients they tell me, I'm a good engineer. I'm a good MBA. I can solve the problem. I can fix the issue. Then why you are not solved your problem? This is called a false ego. And this false ego, I'm not telling it's an arrogance. It's a false ego that has led you to this one. It is a same story which I've been repeating for so many days. You have to understand one thing is organization is run on systems, the brain, and family is run on emotions. You're assuming that because I know how to manage the brain, I can also manage the heart. That is very utterly failure. And the earlier you realize, the earlier you can get the answer. There's a third set of people who talk about it. And there is a fourth set of people who say, my mother knows better, my father knows better, my I agree, your mother knows better. But what old story, old model? The value of uh, every generation is different. The radio generation value is different. They were hard workers. They work for. They went abroad. They crossed the boundary. They crossed uh, the country, and they worked. For them, work was only to send money to their family in the native place. Then came the video generation. Then came the industrial revolution, where people wanted to work an organized job. Power became the center. Everything was run by electricity, and everybody has to flock to city. No more villages. And as long as power is running, current was running, the job was there. No current, people are disputed. And their value system is work from morning 9 to 5, save the money, and at the end of 30 years, you become a owner of a house and retired happily. That is their value. But now the value is all 30 years success people want in 3 years. The Android generation. So you cannot fight with a sword and a knife a COVID war. You need a different tool. Therefore, you have to update yourself. You cannot assume that the old model I can learn from it. It is another false belief, an excuse we have been telling ourselves. And my mother knows, my father knows. If my mother knows, father knows, then why your wife is coming? Why your boss is coming? Why you have problems in your life? And you are a carbon copy of father and mother, the whole family, you are passing it on by a simple excuse, passing on to the next generation. The high time, I agree, there are some models, but you have a signal when that is not working. It is time you have to go for, as you are an expert in your profession, there are other experts in other profession. When you respect your profession, when you want somebody has to take your service and to pay you for that, so similarly, you have to respect other person's product and services. My friends know better than me. Agreed. Some friends know. You can talk everything to bed, but you cannot talk your feeling to your friends. Certain things which you cannot talk to your friends, certain things which you cannot talk to your spouse, certain things you cannot talk to your mother. It's called skeletons in the cupboard. That you can talk to a therapist. And a psychologist is a more a listener than a talker. I come from a school of psychology where there are three levels. Level three is if my client talks for 1 hour, I have to ask only three questions. A level three competency. Level two competency is if my client talks for 1 hour, I talk only two questions. And level one has only one question in the entire process of 1 hour. And one question is such a powerful question that the client gives off what actually he wants. As your field has improved, as the science has improved, as the technology, every field has improved, every field has made a breakthrough. You have to only experience it to know what is the truth and what is not the truth. So you cannot still tell the story of your own excuse of your own emotions. That's it. I went to a few psychologists and I failed. I agree. I am not telling you that every person is having a different same expertise. You have to do your homework. As long as fools are there, there'll be cheats will be there. You have to do your homework. Do your homework. Nowadays, you are in a very one of the golden period of history. Everything is available in Google. Google is your friend. When you want to learn everything in Google, why not do your homework before going to a psychologist or a counselor or a mentor? Where my clients go through my whole process. The last 20 years work, 700 YouTube videos, what all I wrote, everything is available there. You go and find out and come back to me. If you go to practo.com, my whole feedback of my clients are there. Do your homework. Select your psychologist. You cannot vibrate with everybody. I cannot vibrate with everybody. There are few clients for me. I am in search of them. There are few clients are searching for them. I cannot vibrate with anybody. That you have to understand. It might have happened in the past. It doesn't mean that it may happen every time. Some people say we don't get a good counselor. I also say I don't get a good psychologist. I don't get a good counselor. I don't get a good client. Couples come to me. They talk to me. They agree with me. And we are about to start the process. Suddenly, the introvert partner believes, suddenly he gets the grip. Oh, doctor is going to make my personality into red and white, and he will expose me to my partner. What will happen to my future? The very fact that you are not able to ask yourself the questions, you are not able to face yourself. That is why you have been stuck up. You have been not stuck up because of your partner. You are scared of facing that one or day or the other. You have to face it. Why not now? Why not now? So somewhere I went to a few psychologists. They give only advice. That is what they do, which I can get from my friends. Yes, friend is not an expert. Okay. And there are many roadside experts. There are many people who can talk on many things because they go copy from the Google app and they talk. Nowadays, the generation is well informed. They can talk. Only thing is, in the night, they have to go and do a little bit of Googling, and next day, they can talk better than the professionals. So, I am not denying that all psychologists are good or you may get a good psychologist or a good counselor. I'm not telling that. I'm not telling there are people who are very fair. I'm not telling that. But all this can be filtered by your genuine reason of are you ready to face your own future? Do you want to improve? If you do not want to improve, the youngest father's age is 14 years in this world. Do you want that to happen in your family? If you don't want to happen, do your homework. Otherwise, don't worry about it. Your child will become pregnant when he is in high school itself. And your name will come in the Guinness Book of Records. If you want that good name, that fame, then I think you meant only for that. And I've seen many a times I take my clients, do my homework properly. I don't talk to every client. I choose my client. I come from a different school of psychology. I do mostly subconscious uh, mind programming technology. Because relationship and couples is a habit which is there inside the mind. It is a bond. Relationship is a bond. It is an invisible bond which is working at subconscious emotional level. Okay, an emotion cannot be addressed by giving an advice. giving a story, motivating the person. That is the reason most of my clients are successful because I take my client after filtering it. I ask my client to do the homework, give me an email. When there is no email, tata bye bye. When you don't homework for every session, tata bye bye. We are still good friends. You come whenever you are serious about it. That is the reason I most of my clients pay me 25 to 30,000 rupees per session. Most of them are NRIs because I produce results. Very few in India can do that. The basic value is I don't talk to my clients. I only tell them what they are. They will tell me yes or no. Number one. If they want to tell, it's okay, no problem for it. And you can go to practor.com, Chennai, Dr. P.T. Sundaram, and you can see the uh, testimonial given by hundreds of my clients. And as your field has improved, every field has improved. And kindly respect, as you respect the field, please respect the field. Let not your ignorance become a shield for you. I don't want to become a cat. What does the cat do? Cat closes his eyes and it thinks it is drinking milk. The whole world is dark. By the time you open your eyes, maybe you're in a point where you may not need a psychologist, you may need a psychiatric treatment or maybe electric shock treatment. God also cannot save you. If you are ready for the electric shock treatment, if you are ready for the psychiatric medicine, which will not give you sleep, which will give you more drowsiness, which will disturb your hormones, and once you get addicted to it, and at a no return path, you cannot talk to your family, you cannot talk to your children, you cannot talk to any of them. You want to get isolated, adjusted, admitted in that ward. When you have written your fate like that, you want to write your autobiography of like that, then if you are ready for that, go ahead. So, friend, I'm not scaring you. You can understand me. I'm not scaring you. I'm only telling the truths. And I want you to go through an introspect. I may be, some of you may think I'm arrogant, but most of my clients know me. Initially, it may look like an arrogance. It is not of arrogance. It's a professional, I would say, confidence. My tone may be like this because my style is like that. I talk directly. I don't talk vague words. Most of you know me. And I want you to kindly go through that. You have been a part of my group. Well, some of you are in my group, PTS Marriage Coach. You can join my Facebook group. You can ask me questions. Every Saturday, we're having a Q&A session. You can ask me questions, FB Live. You can join my FB group, PTS Marriage Coach. And every Saturday, we're having an FB Live. This coming Saturday, I'm going to talk on the type of men who cheat women. I want you to go down and give your comments, your likes. You can share this with your friends if you like it. They can subscribe to my YouTube channels. We also do a lot of free training program. And at the marginal rate, you can avail all these things once you subscribe to my channel and when you join my Facebook group. And yes, this is a high time that in the point of history during the COVID period, we are stuck up at home. We are stuck up in every model of life. Some of you lost employment, some of you are still struggling to get employment. But all these things cannot be solved unless you have give rest to this thought factory. How to manage this thought factory, that's what I'm going to talk in my next training program. Those who are interested in the training program, you can join my Facebook group and you can fill up the form and you can join my program. Okay. So I talked to you about the top reasons of why couple doesn't come for counseling. And if you're one among them, please do introspect. Let us not still think mirage is a mirage, and let us not fool our. Let us not repeat the failure which our fathers did. Then you always want your children a better future, isn't it? Do you want all your minus to be multiplied in your children? If your minus to multiply your children, then I would say don't put any work. Don't even send them to school. Okay. There are many herds, many pig, many ant. They take birth, they die like that. I hope. Nobody wants this path. And sorry for calling spade as a spade. Sometimes what actually when my clients ask me, sir, kindly tell some. I know the truth. That is the reason I come to you. Thank you very much. My intention is not to offend. Thanks a lot. Kindly go down, send me a like, join my group, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and come for next Q&A session on coming March, Saturday, 20th. All right. See you. I'll be waiting for you.